So, the competition within. Here's the question I have for you today. When was the last time you actually competed with yourself? Think about that for a minute.
Welcome to Health Decoded, your number one source for real health information with your hosts, Dr. Alessi and Matt Tack.
Welcome back to Health Decoded. I'm your co-host, Matt Tack, and I'm flying solo this week while Dr. Alessi's actually in Mexico getting some stem cell therapy done. He's on a mission to level up his health, and that actually ties perfectly into what we're going to be talking about today. How to compete with yourself to get 1% better every day. So the topic of today is competing with yourself, 1% daily health challenge. I think it comes at a perfect time right before the holidays where you can dial yourself in, making good choices. So that's all we're going to talk about today. So how do you build that momentum? It's definitely not perfection, because when it comes to your health, your mindset and your energy, small, consistent wins compound faster than you think. It's just like money, that daily investment, things compound, right? Things compound that you actually think about. And to help you get started, we put together a free download called the MAPS training method. At the leader of the show, in the show notes, you'll get the link to that and you can grab that. It's a 90-day self-guided roadmap that'll show you how to stay on track, measure, and optimize the important parts of your health through resistance training. I'm a big believer in resistance training. If you've come into our clinic, we live that out. So resistance training is a very massive tool that everyone should be incorporating into their daily life at least 3 to 4 days a week. So if you're ready to lock in and make this holiday season your healthiest, let's jump right in here. So the competition within. Here's the question I have for you today. When was the last time you actually competed with yourself? Think about that for a minute. Most of us compete at work, maybe in sports or even on social media with your family members. But we forget the most powerful competition is internal. It's you versus yesterday's version of you. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. That's what we think, and we want to fast track that. I do that all the time. But in reality, it's just getting 1% better. James Clear said this very well. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And how are you daily incorporating that? And that adds up big time, right? 1% improvement daily for a year. That's 37 times better that you are by the end of the year. That's the power of compounding in health. So what does this look like? Hey, going to bed 15 minutes earlier, drinking one more glass of water, taking that 10-minute walk after dinner, saying no to that extra drink. Those are 1% improvements. Each one moves the needle, not because it's huge, but because it's consistent, right? You can't stop after you do it one time. The goal isn't to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect, but it is to be present and progressing. So here we go. What gets tracked gets improved. You need to track things. And you probably heard the saying, what gets measured gets managed. Or as I like to say, what gets tracked gets improved. If you're not tracking, it's just a guessing game. And your health deserves better than guesses. And that's why we built this MAPS method out. The MAPS stands for stands for movement, how often and intentionally you move. The awareness, your mindfulness, sleep, and stress control. P is performance, so energy, focus, and daily output, right? And S is for the systems, the nutrition, the hydration, and the recovery. So if you track these 4 categories daily, even with a 1 to 10 rating, you'll start seeing patterns. You'll start connecting the dots between how you feel and what you're doing. And that's when health stops becoming random and starts becoming more predictable. So here's the key line. Data doesn't lie. It gives you feedback, and not judgment. It's the beautiful thing about tracking your health. Now, why do we, or specifically me, I track things in quarters? Here's where it gets fun. Every quarter, give yourself a health challenge, right? That could be, we do 6 weeks sometimes in the clinic. We actually have a corporate wellness where we actually go into small to medium sized businesses and do 6 week health challenges. We have a little bit of break and then we go back into it. But the point is keeping that level of competition within yourself. So every quarter, you give yourself a health challenge, not just a diet, not a punishment, but a personal competition within yourself. So get this, maybe quarter one, hey, I'm going to focus on sleep optimization. I'm going to track my bedtime routines. I'm going to wake up consistently, and then I'm going to see how I feel. 90 days, give it 90 days, right? Maybe for quarter two in a given year, you do a gut reset, right? We have a 6 week gut detox. We have actually a 6 month one too. So you really could get yourself some competition in there, but like getting blood work done and then doing a gut reset or a gut detox. I do that annually. That's something that actually I do it biannually. So I do it 2 times a year. And I think detoxes are super beneficial. And look, I'm in shape, but it's still the reality. I need to protect my gut. So a gut reset, focus on whole foods, fiber, and hydration. Those are all things that are going to reset that gut microbiome. Additionally, with supplementation, so we have our 6R protocol. That's something phenomenal to build in to a quarter two challenge initiative within yourself. Let's say quarter three, strength phase, right? You want to start building in resistance training. So lift, move, build lean muscle. What does that look like, right? You can utilize through the MAPS PDF that we're going to give you today. Quarter four, mindset mastery. Maybe it's journaling, meditating, or stress detox. Something that takes you outside of the mundaneness of life, right? The busyness of life, getting the kids to school, getting the kids to their practices, right? It's all kids, kids, kids. It's what is it? How do you come back home and focus on your mindset of just writing things down, right? The enjoyment, the gratitude of maybe it is still about your kids, but you're writing down some funny things they did throughout the day, right? Those are all good things of just being therapeutic about the mundaneness or the stressors of life. So you pick your own, but here's the secret. Only focus on one pillar per quarter for the next year. If you add in too much, it becomes overwhelming, right? The point is to stay consistent with one per quarter and then have that as a measurable. I love the idea of sleep. Get yourself a pillow from maybe even the clinic. We have some great pillows that allow you to enhance your sleep performance. So those are extremely critical things to think about of sleep optimization. So everything you can build into sleep. I think that's a great one to start out with. So you can't improve what you're trying to fix all at once. It's got to be one win at a time, right? So win one quarter, then go on to the next. And when you get that baseline and that fundamental in play, that's when you can move on to something else. So here we go. Now, what season is coming up? This is Q4. I call it the fourth quarter, baby. I love the fourth quarter. I love getting into that level of competition of what things look like. So now, what is this? What are we stepping into? Well, we're stepping into quarter four, but we're stepping into a busy holiday season. So let's look at the elephant in the room. It is those holidays. And this is the time of year when people fall off track, right? But what if this year you locked in instead? You're like, no, I'm going to double down. I'm going to really, really lock in. I'm going to do what I need to do. So here's your challenge, right? Don't wait for January 1st. Start now. Start today. Track your maps, scores for 30 days through the holidays. Watch how much better you feel than everyone else. It's just coasting through those holidays. I'm going to take off. I'm going to become undisciplined. This isn't about guilt. It's about building momentum for next year. When everyone else is resetting, you're already rising. You're getting ahead of the game. Discipline in December pays dividends in January. Trust me. That's what most people don't think about. They wait till January and things fall off. But if you pay the dividends in December, you will get the fruit of your labors in January. So here's the takeaway. Health is a competition worth winning, but the only opponent that matters is, guess, you. Absolutely. Start tracking those MAP scores, right? Pick your 90-day challenge. And remember, progress over perfection. It's always progress over perfection. So grab your free MAPS training method, right? That's built-in resistance training you can get for 90 days if you're looking to do that. In the show notes, follow along for the next 90 days and let us know how you feel. I promise you, you'll feel much better. And if you found value in today's show, hit the like, subscribe, and share with someone who's ready to level up their health this holiday season. Again, I'm Matt Tack, and this has been Health Decoded. And what I'm going to leave with you, let's go get that 1% today, baby.
Thank you for tuning in to Health Decoded, where we break down the truth about all things health and empower you to take charge of your well-being. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. For more resources and personalized support, visit us at alessifunctionalhealth.com and sign up for our newsletter. To hear your questions answered live on the show, send them to ask@alessifxhealth.com. That's ask@alessifxhealth.com. Until next time, stay curious, stay empowered, and remember, your health is in your hands.